did a lot of good for the world. He used non-violence to free his people from British colonial rule. Gandhi was a good guy. Our problem with Mahatma Gandhi isn't the Gandhi part. That just means grosser. It's the Mahatma part that bothers us. Mahatma means sage or saint, which is how people think of him nowadays. We're fine with sage. He was a very wise man, and sage is terrific, rubbed on turkey. But saint? Saint implies an information source beyond even Google.
I had a wonderful relationship with him. Arun Gandhi, grandson of Mahatma Gandhi.
Yep, we actually pestered Gandhi's grandson to answer our questions. It's amazing what a couple of Emmy nominations and a FTD tickler bouquet can get you.
I think that he was a very sincere person. He was a very committed person. He was a very humble person.
Sincere, committed, even humble. We'll give you all that. But Mahatma? Now this guy's got quite a different take. Hey, wasn't he one of the bad guys in the second Indiana Jones movie?
Colonel G.B. Singh, author of Gandhi Behind the Mask of Divinity.
Guess not.
Behind this image of Gandhi that we came to accept, there's a lot more going on.
G.B. Singh has been studying Gandhi for 21 years. A former follower in his younger days, Singh went his own way after uncovering some kind of un-Mahatma facts about the bald and bespectacled one. Singh focuses on Gandhi's early years in South Africa, where he wore this really bitchin' and fought against discrimination. Well, discrimination against Indians, not the native Africans.
Gandhi's politics in South Africa was driven by race, particularly a racial hatred of black people, calling them kafirs, which is niggers, uncivilized, uneducated, animals.
Now, before we rip Gandhi a new asshole for being racist, and he was, let us not get too fucking holier than thou. While Gandhi was bad-mouthing the African blacks, our U.S. Supreme Court was backing segregation, and the KKK were the heroes in the hit movie Birth of a Nation. So sure as fuck, we are not saying any of us Americans were holier than Gandhi. But listen to what Gandhi said about blacks in Africa. Now, tell her and I don't even want to be on camera during this. Tell her, get our little Gandhi puppet. The Kafir's sole ambition is to collect a certain number of cattle to buy a wife with, and then pass his life in indolence and nakedness. They are loafers, a species of humanity almost unknown among the idiots. Okay, so my bullshit Indian accent is pretty fucking racist, but did you hear those words? He's telling everyone, no, do not mistake the Indians for the niggers.
He did not want to be with them. He did not like their food. He did not like their behaviors. He just had nothing to do with them.
But I was very careful to make my own position very clear.
He sure did. Gandhi started a newspaper, Indian Opinion, in which he laid out his racial beliefs in 4 languages.
Gandhi had written at least 16 columns in that newspaper, inciting the Indians to go after blacks.
I don't agree that grandfather was a racist. You know, he was living in a different era, in different circumstances than we are living now.
That's true. He was living in a time when racism was the norm, so Gandhi was normal, and pretty clearly not a saint.
If you happen to go to volume 8 and 9 of collected works of Mahatma Gandhi, you can read Gandhi's own writings about those racial hatred of black people.
Gandhi never claimed to be a saint. He said he had all the weaknesses of an ordinary person, and one of the weaknesses was sexual.
Sex? Who's talking about sex? But hey, if you want to go there...
Gandhi is sleeping naked with young girls.
Wait a minute. He's sleeping naked with the girls, and the girls are naked too?
He's sleeping naked with the girls, and the girls are naked too.
Cool.
Grandfather did indulge in this experiment to find out whether he had been able to conquer his sexual, weaknesses.
What he's doing is preserving his semen. And according to the yoga doctrine, that gives him a spiritual power.
Sure, in one nasty-ass case of blue balls. But hold on. There's more shit on Gandhi. Literally.
Sources say Gandhi was concerned about internal cleanliness and routinely received enemas and also performed enemas on young girls.
No, that's wrong. He never performed young enemas on young girls.
Well, at least it wasn't standard operating procedure.
Giving enemas became a standard operating procedure for him.
Oh.
The Holy Father will ask them, the sisters, did you have a good bowel movement? And of course, if sisters didn't have the good bowel movement, the Holy Father would be ready there to put it in the back and let them have the enema. So early in the morning, the shit is all over.
Yep, Gandhi was a giver.
I believe in constructive criticism, but raking up this kind of negativity there, it doesn't really make much sense to me.
Man, we're lucky he's into that non-violence thing.